Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today, we're discussing the Patek Philippe Calatrava 6006G. You can see and you can purchase this new for 2017 micro-rotor automatic reference with radial date on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full listing for this watch with additional accessories included in the sale, high resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this Patek Philippe Calatrava 6006G. Now the line that spawned this watch goes back to the early 1990s. In 1992, with the Patek Philippe Calatrava 5000 using the same micro-rotor 240 automatic. In 2005, that became the reference 6000 in 37mm. The original was downright petite. In 2008, it gained a different dial. In 2016, it gained blue accents. And in 2017, the 37mm 6000 was reborn as the 39mm 6006. History lesson complete. Let's talk about how it fits in 39mm across the round of the case. Well, still quite compact. Although bigger than a traditional Patek, it remains very traditional in size and proportions. This is anything but an oversized reference. It's still slim too. Only 9mm thick. This will slide underneath any dress cuff or tight sleeve, especially since, as thin as it is, it also has a generously domed bezel and sapphire to help a cuff slip up and over. From lug to lug, it has a 47.5mm span, which means it's still compatible on wrists as small as 13.5 centimeters in circumference. Now the timepiece features a gloss, medium rectangular scale alligator leather strap, as with most Patek references today, pull tab spring bars for easy removal for changing the strap or cleaning between the lugs, and of course a supple calfskin on the underside. You can see this is effectively an unworn and new strap. The watch features Patek Philippe's gray gold alloy, all in high polish. Because the watch is relatively slim, it can get away with a full high polish treatment. On something of the scale of an Hublot, Big Bang, or King Power, this high polish would look absurd. But on Patek Philippe's own gold alloy, beautifully proportioned, it's absolutely divine, and in fact I would advocate it over a more muted matte finish. Now you'll also note I said it is gray gold. It's not white gold. It has the look of white gold, and it's still 18 karat, but unlike white gold, which is a milky yellow and needs to be plated with rhodium, here you actually have a homogeneous alloy like Rolex uses, where if you have a scratch or a scuff, there's just more white metal underneath, no need to replate. Now the dial has been expanded a bit by the increase in real estate size from 37 to 39. The most noticeable changes are detail changes that you would only see in the texture and finish of the hour track as well as the track for the radial date. You can see from this angle, especially toward the top of the dial, that there is a distinction between their texture and shading, but it's subtle. It's the kind of thing that's best appreciated in person. The other change, and perhaps the major change, has been the transformation of the hands. From a moon-shaped lunette indicator for the radial date, we now have a triangular index, and from relatively spindly baton-style solid white hands, we now have longer and broader skeletonized style hands. Those are the primary aesthetic changes. The sub-register for seconds doesn't cut into the date so much as it used to, as the dial has expanded, allowing the numerals of the date to move outboard, whereas the pinion for driving the seconds hand has more or less remained in the same spot with relation to the Canon pinion, because on the reverse side you can see that this is still the living legend caliber 240 automatic. Now there are two principal automatic families in the Patek Philippe catalog. There's the 324, which grew out of the 315, which is a center rotor automatic, which is generally used on mass market Calatravas and simple complications. On flagship models, especially grand complications, you tend to see the micro-rotor 240 and derivations of the 240. So this is an unusual application of the 240 micro-rotor in a simple time and date Calatrava, which makes it more than just a little bit special. Now you can see it's also a little bit of an anachronism, a 40-year-old movement as of 2017. There's a pusher adjuster for the radial date indication, and it beats away at 21,600 vibrations per hour. It has a 38 to 48 hour power reserve, but that's not to say there aren't any innovations or modern technologies here. You see the traditional Gyromax style free-sprung balance, which is robustly shock and vibration resistant, but also able to take and hold a precise size regulation, and all the more so because now the Spiromax silicon hairspring that is the fruit of Patek's 2000s era advanced research series has been incorporated with the Gyromax. So you have Gyromax and Spiromax, shock resistant and anti-magnetic. You also have ceramic rotor bearings under the 22 karat gold micro rotor. The ceramic bearings are unlubricated and operate with high efficiency to increase the winding efficiency of the micro rotor structure. And of course, the finish is everything you would imagine, as it's easiest to see at this angle just how beautifully mirror finished the rounded anglage at the edge of every bridge, as well as the jewel countersinks is. Hand finished, this is not applied with a big file or mechanical apparatus. It's done with a succession of abrasives down to the point where the finished product is optically smooth like a mirror. Now you can see from this angle, the richly textured Côte de Genève across the bridge is perfectly aligned from bridge to bridge. You can also see the treatment on the winding mass, as well as a tight and even perlage across the base plate. And you can see once again from this angle that every screw head turning black when it's square to the camera demonstrates black polish employed, the highest standard of optical finish on the screw heads. All screws also featuring chamfered slots, and if you were to remove the screws, you would find that the pilot at the bottom of the stalk of the threading has also been mirror polished. That's the standard you get here. Once again, 21,600 vibrations per hour, micro rotor automatic, meaning it's as thin as a manual, but as practical and daily use convenient as an automatic. You can see this timepiece and you can purchase it. The latest generation of the 5000 that became the 6000. This is the 6006G, available on our website.